let's get right into it. And it's very rare, to be honest with you, that I would cry for someone that I've never met. But it's let's start with the news uh, around Chris Snow, and I'll just read what Kelsie Snow has written on Twitter for the last couple of days. This is what she posted yesterday. With a shattered heart, I've come to share that yesterday that Chris became unresponsive and went into cardiac arrest. For those who don't know, Chris Snow has been in a very lengthy battle with ALS. Uh, Paramedics and doctors were able to get his heart beating again, but devastatingly, a scan showed that Chris has suffered a catastrophic brain injury caused by a lack of oxygen. His doctors do not expect him to wake from this. My chest feels cracked open and hollowed out. Chris is the most beautiful, brilliant person I'll ever know, and doing life without him feels untenable. Hug your people. And then today she wrote, uh, as she continues, I'm just going to scroll down her Twitter here as she continues to scroll here. Lots of memories about Chris, but she did write again today that. Uh,
Are you looking for this tweet?
yes, I
Test
am. You can
yesterday
read it down if
confirmed
you
that
want.
Chris will not wake up. In life, Chris offered his body to a clinical trial to help others. In death, he will do the same. He remains on life support while organ donation is arranged. We're so proud of him.
Yeah, it's tough to hear, and you know what I think. One of the things that's and we're a Flames podcast, we're a Canucks podcast. There are times that we chirp each other for rivalry reasons, but I think with stuff like this, and Sean always talks about this too. Like we talk about, there's been a lot of talk about the hockey culture, but hockey community and people like Chris Snow and the impact that he's had, not only on the Calgary Flames, but the hockey community and this battle that he has went through. The entire family has went through. Um, it's they have faced a very devastating situation with a ton of courage, and my heart goes out to Kelsie. My heart goes out to the kids, and my heart right now just goes out to the Flames family. And I'll always remember that press conference, the trade deadline press conference with Brad Treliving, and when he was asked about Snowy, how he emotionally broke down, and even when Craig Conroy started about Michael Backlund, you can just feel the heaviness in the air, and it's this is a hard one, and it's not only for the Flames. I think it is the hockey community that has been impacted as well.
Yeah, I agree, Kev. I think, 2019 is when Chris Snow was diagnosed. I think he was 42 at the time. And, I think in hockey, we think there's always been this thing in sports of, if you're sick, if you're hurt, if something's wrong, hide it, right? Store it away. Don't let anyone see it. And I really think Chris was brave for coming out and his whole family and, bringing ALS to the front and showing that you can do this and he can do it and he can fight through it. And I know people that have had diseases, ALS and other things, and they've said that they've drawn a lot of strength from Chris and Kelsie and the kids. And they like that he was open with that. So I really appreciate Chris not, kind of taking that fight and going away and fighting on his own, but to bring everybody into that. And I think, as you said, people have never met Chris, but they feel connected to him. And I think, it's great that we've all been able to watch him persevere. And it's, I think we all knew that at some point Chris wouldn't persevere through it. And I'm glad we've had him as long as we have.
Yeah, you said it right there, Dan. Despite not knowing him, despite not knowing Kelsie, you feel like you do because of how strong they've been, how open they've been with this fight, and yeah, it's just this is a gut punch. Even like I said, even though we knew it was coming, it still was an absolute gut punch, and his impact will live on. His legacy will live on, and he just the amount of I remember I saw a tweet from Ivanka Osmek from Sportsnet talking about how she had never met Kelsie, and when one of her family members got diagnosed with ALS, she reached out, and the amount of support that Kelsie and the Snow family gave her and her family was immense. So yeah, it's hard. I put out, it's hard to, sometimes it's so hard to put into words what you really want to say. And I think everyone on here knows I'm not lacking for words most of the time. This time I am. I really do not know what to say, because I don't think there are words, enough words to put together in the right way to really um, give justice to the impact that Chris Snow, Kelsie Snow, and the family has had on not only ALS research, but the hockey community and the sports community as a whole.
And if I can just add to that, I mean, I think that this is going to be a test, and we've heard over the years from various alumni, from people in the league, the Flames are a great organization and they take care of their own. And I think that Chris is so fortunate to have been part of the Flames organization. We all know Kelsie and the kids are going to get taken care of, right? Even with Chris not here, I mean, those they will make sure that that family gets taken care of. They will make sure that Kelsie is part of the team as long as she wants to be, that she is supported by the team as long as she needs to be. And I want to sometimes I think we forget that, yes, these are companies, but the Flames have always been one of the better teams in the league for that. And I think, we're so fortunate that Chris has that support of a great organization behind him, because I'm not worried about what's going to happen to the Snow family now.
And there is a GoFundMe campaign out there that has been endorsed by Kelsie. So go, if you are looking to wanting to help out, go support that.
And, I think another way to help out, as Kelsie said, hug your people. I mean, that's how she ended one of her tweets. And just remember that time is precious, and, spend that time with those people that are in your life, because you never know when they'll be gone.